Welcome back, guys. Ben here, and today we are checking out a game called Rogue Scum. So, as it's in the name of ProRogueBear, we're going to check it out. And it is meant to be a survivor-like a sci-fi action roguelike survivor bullet hell with dialogues. That's the that's the Steam blurb, and there'll be a link in the description for this one to check it out on Steam. The developer Secret Shark Club were kind enough to provide me with a key for this. And it's only £2.49. Like most Survivor games, they tend to be quite cheap, don't they? You don't really get super expensive ones normally. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see what it's like. This one has like a bunch of tasks, which are like basically achievements. There's just no actual achievements in the game at the moment. And then we've got the mission terminal, which is where we're gonna launch our mission. And yeah, basically gather resources and survive for 20 minutes. And we're going to get random upgrades and stuff. The normal kind of vampire survivors, soulstone survivors. There's so many of these ones now. Halls of Torment. So many good ones. We're going to see where this one ranks. So yeah, we're going to check it out. Sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe. And let's see what Rogue Scum is all about. I think with these ones, where it is only £2.49, there is that kind of thing of, but it's only £2.49. But we can pick these up. I think first impressions, it looks quite nice. Got some things coming towards us though, and we do have a weapon already. We've got our first kill, and it is just auto aiming, auto shooting. So I'm pretty much just using WASD. I'm gonna pick some of these up. I think these counting as experience. Let me see. They are. Yes, these are leveling us up. So we get attack speed, health, and orb. So bounce from walls, exposed on enemy contact. 40% max health and heal. Does that mean regen? Let's go with orb. Let's see what some of these weapons are like. Let's start getting it doing its thing. Ooh. Some weird squid aliens. It is counting the enemies killed up at the top left as well. I'll let you know in the comments as well how this performs on Steam Deck. These games are pretty much my go-to. Damages all enemies within. That's a bit like the Garlic from Vampire Survivors. Nice. Yeah, these are like my go-to for like going on a plane and stuff like that. Like, or just a bit of Steam Deck before bed. Like, so good. I love them. This and tower defense games are my like jam. Let's keep doing Sonic Field. Upgrade that further. We did take a little bit of damage there. Oh, we got another like enemy type now. They seem to like be rotating around us. I'd say it's definitely like the functionalities here. You can definitely see some of the animations are a little bit. Let's do damage on the Sonic Field, because I think that is doing quite a bit of damage for us. I don't know, it looks very like all the enemies look the same color, like they are lacking a color, like they all look this kind of gray kind of thing. Is that the actual like environment? Like, it's nice that it's 3D. You can see they've got this like hill kind of mountain thing here with a little waterfall. Let's do, we don't have, oh, the plasma thrower is our starting weapon, isn't it? Yes. Let's do collection range, 200%. It doesn't feel like 200%, but I guess, is that another 200%? Let's do area, the orbs. Oh, we're really leveling up quick now. Damage. Oh, I'm taking a bit of damage though. Ooh. I think it's the stop-start when it doesn't remember my movement. Oh god, we're actually getting, there we go. Got a heal just in time there. We might need to look at movement speed. Let's move away. Always got that risk reward if you want to get the gems to level up. But we also have to be mindful of that puts us back in risk of walking towards the enemies again. Let's go for a bit of extra. Oh, it stops you, yeah. If there was one thing I could change, it would be that it remembers my input. Like, so if I'm pressing S, I'm pressing S at the moment, the screen popped up. If I press and hold, keep holding S, and I select this, it won't remember my movement, so I'll be stopped stationary for a little bit. So I've got to be like quick with it. There we go. Right, let's take a bit of a wider arc here. Yeah, I'd say all the enemies look very similar. It's also, I'm always wondering if the trail behind them is necessary. Like, it's actually running very well. We're playing 4K max settings. We're getting 144 to 150 frames per second. Let's do movement speed for this one. You see, like, every enemy is like leaving a trail of like goo behind them. I wonder how that's gonna fare on like larger like groups of enemies and stuff like that, because it seems almost, it does add a little bit of like movement to them, I guess, but it's also got a kind of a almost a little bit redundant. I'd rather they not have that and there'd be more effort put on the models, because all the models, I don't know if this doesn't say it's an early access, it is just released, came out on the 29th of April. I'm almost like, all the enemies look very dark gray, very bland. Where's the color? We've got some like mine things coming out. These are enemies as well, I'm guessing. Yep. Mini boss of sorts. And we've got a timer up at the top, but it's counting up. So I don't know if it's it said 20 minutes, didn't it? In the mission log. We've got 1,000 enemies so far. And these kind of runs, they're not meant to be like most survival-likes. You're not meant to be able to like just ace them first time of asking. Like, you're meant to like fail, and then you've got the kind of meta progression that you level up with. We've got this like techno kind of, I don't know if that's the right word for it, but like techno kind of soundtrack going on in the background. Very low health though. Ooh, we are taking damage somehow, and I don't really know why. Okay, we died there. I don't know why we were taking damage there. Maybe like some kind of poison. But we got 13,600 minerals. So next rank was 15,000. So our XP is basically minerals. So let's see. It's a good try. You'll get the hang of it. Movement speed is important. That's cool. Yep. I think that was something actually. Movement speed does seem quite important for this. Guitar woman over here. When she stops playing guitar, you can press F. And she'll start playing guitar again. As a fellow guitar player. I like that. Doesn't seem to be, let's have a look. We got the tasks here, which kind of act like, I don't know why it's forcing me to scroll down here. Yeah, we didn't quite make the 10 minutes. There's no, where's the upgrade? Can we upgrade? Or do we just go back in again? I would have thought there's normally you get these kind of things where it's like meta progression, where like you come out and it's like, okay, well, now you've got X amount of gold or whatever, so now you can start with plus 100% collection range, plus 10% damage right from the beginning, and so it makes you stronger right off the bat. Looks like maybe we haven't got that yet, or maybe that's not in this one, which is fine. We started in the exact same place, so it's not randomly generated or anything. Oh, we still have stored minerals in the bottom right, so maybe we spend them on the planet somewhere. Like, maybe we can, it seems like it's still got our cumulative minerals. Take some of these. Right, let's do movement speed. We get a little bit. It really does sting the stopping every level up. It stops you in your tracks. Get some of these minerals. I'm interested if there's other characters with different starting weapons, if we can start with different weapons. But like I said, it's £2.49. Looks like maybe the devs' first kind of game in this space with this genre as well. Oh, can we get that? Let's do flamethrower damage. Let's keep moving. I'm very easily satisfied with these though, but at the same time, I'm also very much like I would consider myself a survivors connoisseur. Like, I play a lot of them. I don't necessarily feature them all on the channel, but I play a lot of survivor-like games. And let me know if you'd like to see more of these types of games, but we tend to do survival and horror on the channel with some extraction stuff, but this is kind of survival and extraction. Yeah, I think it's got some good stuff here, but I don't know how much it's going to be supported. Like, the smart bullet always hits the target. Okay, got like a guaranteed, not guaranteed one shot, but guaranteed hit. These little ones are a little bit annoying. Very low on health. I don't know if there's like chicken, you know what I mean? Like from Vampire Survivors, like any chicken to like kill ourselves or whatever. It doesn't have to be chicken, obviously. But we are kind of relying on the health upgrade appearing in the role at the moment to heal ourselves. And it didn't. Oh no. This might be a short run. I think there's like I said, there's a foundation here. I think if you're like I think for me, there are two things that really drive a survivor game, for me, from a completions point of view, is I like to see the progression, and I like achievements, challenges, tasks. Halls of Torment does this amazingly well. Soulstone Survivors does this amazingly well. Vampire Survivors, one of the best to do it, and the OGs to do it, really, you could say. So we're gonna die. So, I feel like this one has some good foundations in it. Why are all the enemies so gray? Like there's plenty of color around, like on the maps and everything. We're actually not killing as many, I don't think, here as well. Let's just forget about stuff. There's loads of minerals here. There we go. Oh, with Flower Grove. Okay, so we got tasks to go into certain biomes. We died though there. Okay. So we only got a small amount of minerals there, not too much. I guess they let anybody in. Yep, there we go. Come visit my weapon shop. Here we go. So now we get from Alesh, we get spend some minerals to upgrade, hopefully. So, does this upgrade our starting weapon then, maybe? I mean, these are all pricey though. We don't even have enough money to get any of these anyway. We can talk, get a bit of dialogue. You can buy more than one copy of each weapon. Each new copy increases the chance to get that weapon during the mission. Okay. And you can refund additional copies, but you can't refund the first copy. Okay. I don't know why she's laughing, but that's okay. So from these tasks then, because we unlocked that Flower Grove task, seems like there is one map. You're trying to get 10 million minerals, kill 1 million enemies, find the Scum, defeat the Scum. That seems like a boss. 10 minutes survival, reach rank 150, find the Flower Grove, find the lake, find the mining camp, find the stone forest. Gather the minerals from the top of the mid-height stone tree. So you got some little things here. Get several health upgrades in a single run. Get killed by spike ship. So a few little things here. Seems like it's just the one map, and it's just taking us down onto that planet. And it's kind of like more getting you to explore. Let's do one more run. And let's maybe go to the left. Let's pick up some of these minerals here. So what are these worth? That's 20 minerals for those. So these are like clusters of 10. Yeah, I'm hoping as we do more runs, we'll be able to like spend, presumably we can spend the minerals on some sort of upgrades, but you need to do the first few runs to kind of get into the vibe of it. I would love there to be more color on the enemies. I think this looks like a first kind of project someone's done to put game together, so you know, well done for them for doing that. And they've chucked a little small price tag on it, which I think is completely fair. I think you could probably get a couple of hours. I think you could get a few hours out of this if you enjoy this kind of genre. Easily. Most of these games have a lot of replayability. It just depends, like I said, if you've got the upgrade paths and things like that. But yeah, I'd be interested to see they do next with it. I feel like these games are always very like low risk to try as well because of the price tag. I don't think anyone's like launched like a £40, £50 survivor-like game. Even though arguably, like the amount this orb upgrade was really good last time. Arguably, I've got more value and time out of games like Halls of Torment, Vampire Survivors, Soulstone Survivors than I have some games, and I've paid like probably half, if not even less, for some of those games. So I would say Soulstone Survivor, which has just come into 1.0 recently, that's like £15 or something, isn't it? That's like one on the pricier side, I'd say. Really worth it for the amount of variety you get. How did I survive so much the first time around? I think I was just lucky with the health upgrades, wasn't I? But again, I mean, the orb upgrade is very good. Looks like we've got a little like desert wall here. It's the map boundary. The little one's really like, the code is like to hone in on you basically. Yeah, it looks like this is like far western edge. There is no map from what I can see to like open up or anything, so yeah, no. I like how it gives us one little last upgrade before we die. I feel like our first run was the best run. I feel like we really struggled with that. I want to equip more weapons. Okay. I can sell more weapon slots. Okay. I mean, I don't think we're currently living. Oh, my little sister's back. Alsar and Alesh. I don't feel like we get... I don't feel like we survive long enough. Seems like these are the only weapons. There's only 8 weapons. Lure, glider drones, ghost lights, and particle cutter. We haven't seen any of those. So we did see all 4 of the weapons in our first run. Let's leave. Let's see what Alsar doing. Change starting weapon. We can actually change which weapon we start with. I might go with the orb. You can actually buy weapon slots, but again, 100,000 at a time. Like, you know who. Okay. Okay. Some weird dialogue going on. Let's do one more. Let's see what it's like to start with the orb. I guess we've got the same 4 weapons because we haven't unlocked the other 4 yet. Because you got to spend quite a lot of money for that. Here we go. Let's go for these little clusters early on. Let's do orb damage. We can actually just go into the water, no repercussions. I think this is the lake. Is this big enough to be the lake? That was one of our tasks, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. Lake Main. I don't think it's like the biggest of maps either. It's very much a concept, I think. That's kind of proved by the enemies being very low. Not even low poly, but just, you know, they're just shapes, aren't they? They're no color to them or anything. Yeah, I feel like this is one where I know some Survivor games do it, some don't, but I think this is one where it could do with like a dodge, like where you get like a dodge charge every 10 or 15 seconds. You can dodge something like that. That seems like it's purely, like you said, we got the weapon upgrades, and then you got some like the normal kind of area, attack speed, movement speed, all that kind of stuff. Oh, seems like their tracking went off a little bit then. Yeah, again, I think there's been a lot of like effort put into like the trail, like their stream of like their where they're coming from. And you can see it's kind of just ends up making the whole ground purple, which fair enough. I think if I was making a game like this, and I feel like if I was going to make a game, I probably would start with like a survivor-like, because I think they are quite, they've got some simplicity to them, I guess, that probably make them ideal for like starting out with this. I feel like I would do a few things a little bit differently here. We're struggling here because we're kind of just moving like a push forward kind of thing. We're not actually collecting too many XP, too much minerals. The problem is that we're trying to get swarmed very quickly. I'd say it's got some difficulty to it. Oh god, okay. She's actually keeping me invested in it, because although it's not the most good looking one. There we go. That's like the big one, I'm guessing. Oh, and he murdered us. I like the little like scream. So the more runs we're doing, we're getting more upgrades. They're putting more people in. So action. You're going to give us up attributes. There we go. So we do have that. And this is more reasonable. There we go. So we can actually say we want movement speed, health, collection range. Boom. We don't get a little thing for him. But yeah, just a little brief one showing you this survivor like £2.49. Certainly not one that's going to break the bank. One that might distract you for a few hours though, I think. One map, 8 weapons, a few upgrades. It's got that normal progression. I don't know how much the kind of the story and the dialogue and thing is really the glue that holds this together or not, like it seems to make out on the Steam page, but that is Rogue Scum, and for £2.49 it's a playable survivors game, which if that's your jam, probably is going to be something that aligns with you. I would have liked to have seen achievements, like Steam achievements. I think that's quite important for these types of games. I think a lot of collector or achievement hunters play these types of games because you want to get all the tasks done. And I appreciate there is a task center, but those could be then made into achievements on Steam. No cloud saves. So obviously if I do put this onto the Steam Deck, I will be starting from scratch. That is also not good. And it does have controller support though. And it does, obviously, it's unknown Steam Deck compatibility, but I can't imagine this will have any problems on the Steam Deck. But yeah, that's Rogue Scum. £2.49. I think exactly what you think for how much it is. And if you're a fan of the genre, I think it's got a little bit of a chance. Like, I've got that itch to go back in because I'm like, okay, well, I've got the movement speed up again now. I've got some health. I've got some collection range. Maybe I'll fare better this time. But yeah, so it's got the bare bones, like the foundation is here. I think that the polish is a little bit to be desired. I think that's fair to say. But let me know what you think. I don't think, like, they're not asking for 20 quid here. They're not trying to scam people or anything. I think this is like probably first dev project. So well done to them. Second dev project. They did a game called Sector Yama, which actually the terrain on Sector Yama looks very similar. And it's that was an RTS, an action RTS. Very similar, like, aesthetic. So I think similar vibes from that one apparently. Like there's an interesting foundation here, but not really fully executed. So I think it's definitely a dev that's like learning their trade and trying different genres, seeing what works for them as well. So yeah, fair play. Well, let me know what you guys think. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.